Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Thursday, December 22nd, and the day adds up and reduced to the number 4 vibration. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. So I decided to do things a little bit different and switch it up. Nothing that you'll notice, of course, but instead of recording these on Saturday, Saturn day, I chose to do it on Thursday, Jupiter day instead. I'm gonna see if the Jupiterian energy helps in any way, but of course it's hard to tell until after doing it over a consistent period of time, and then I observe everything and see if there's a difference. But instead of the restrictions of Saturn, I decide to use the optimistic energy of Jupiter, which Jupiter energy is also an energy that deals with education and higher learning. So I decided to do it today. So to see if I get some energy from this amplified energy of Jupiter. So yeah, today is the 22nd, and the number 22 energy is the master builder. Master builder, because the number 22 adds up and reduces to the number 4. We don't reduce master numbers, but you could see the number 4 energy there, and the 4 is all about structure. When I think about how the number 2 energy is repeated in the master building energy, I think of how the number 2 energy is nurturing, it's caring, and the number 2 energy could be a bit dependent and even codependent, because the number 2 energy reflects unity and individuals coming together and becoming one. So I can see where this master building energy can cause a person to overexert themselves, overdo, overgive, and put so much focus on the surroundings opposed to say oneself, even though the number 2 energy is an introverted energy, meaning it gains energy from going within and from nurturing. When I think of the master building energy, the 22 energy, I see this energy where a person's self-worth comes from what they do for others, how they make others feel, how they give to others, and things like that. And with the day adding up to the number 4 vibration, adding to the master building energy of the number 2022, I think of how this day could be a day of structure, foundation building. You could find yourself working super hard at something or trying to perfect something is what's coming to mind, perfection. Also, too, the day is associated with Jupiterian energy, and Jupiter is in the sign of Aries. And with Jupiter being in the sign of Aries, and Jupiter amplifies the overall energy of the day. So with Jupiter being in the sign of Aries, that amplifies and brings attention to ourselves. And for me, with Jupiter in Aries direct, I think that adds some motivation. It adds some optimism when we reflect on ourselves and our will to take action. And it supports when it comes to courage. When I think of Aries energy, I think of the I am energy. I think of the soldier taking action and just doing what needs to be done and not even thinking twice. I think of the person who sees someone needing help and just jumps in and helps, and then it's after they're like, I didn't even think about it, I just did what needed to get done. I think of when people say, oh, this person's a hero, and the person's like, I'm not a hero, I just did what needed to get done. That's what I get from Jupiter and Aries energy. That energy supporting us doing whatever needs to get done, and just having more courage and having more confidence and believing in ourselves a lot more. Jupiter energy is squaring the moon in Sagittarius, and the moon is in Sag. And with the moon in Sag, our inner world is focusing on wanting to escape. And we can escape through knowledge. We can escape through foods. We can escape through substance. We can escape through a lot of things. And sometimes being in the moment feels really hard. Being in the moment feels really loud. And I personally, over the years, learned if I'm gonna escape, might as well I find healthy options, whether that's food or entertainment. If you're gonna escape and you know yourself, instead of fighting it when you know you might just give in anyways, might as well find healthy options. And that brings me to the thought of me finding like healthy comfort foods to escape on and coming up with different recipes, because you just have those days where you just, so healthy options is what comes to mind with that. But the moon and Jupiter is opposed by Mars in Gemini, and Mars is in retrograde, and Mars in Gemini brings focus and attention to the local communities, or even being motivated by, say, gossip or just quick information, quick news. For me, since Mars energy went into Gemini, I found myself consuming more, say, content on YouTube that isn't so educational, seems more entertaining. And at first I noticed and I would fight myself, but then I just went with the flow, because either way for me, everything is always a learning opportunity. Whether I'm watching something and I'm observing a person and learning from it in whatever way that I can, seeing myself in a dynamic if I can, but everything is a learning opportunity. Everything could be a learning opportunity, I feel. Of course, when it comes to certain things, some things will literally give you a headache and make you feel like you're losing brain cells. It's like, what did I just watch? And I can't get my time back that I just put into this thing. And when it comes to time, I think of like, say, at the end of the day, whenever it gets around 7 o'clock or even 8 o'clock, that's when I start looking at the time like, okay, I need to go wash these dishes and soon I need to get in bed. And I don't have that much time left to fool around on YouTube and watch whatever it is that I want to escape in. And whenever I jump into the senseless content that's like really senseless, where you literally feel like you lost brain cells from watching it, or I start to, and I'm like, I'm not going to waste time on this. I can't waste time on this. I just switch it off. But to me, it's like escape. We'll all escape, but find healthier options to escape in those moments when you can't sit in the moment. So when it comes to, say, the energies within the day, with the 4 energy, the day adding up to the number 4 vibration, and the master builder number 22 energy being present, and the moon being squared, that gives me, say, more reasons why a person will want to escape, because the inner world feels restricted. And the moon is positively aspecting Saturn, though. And Saturn is about discipline. It's about systems. It's about order. It's about structure. And that matches with the number 4 energy. So the moon is in a space where it wants to be productive and it wants to get stuff done. It wants to be responsible. So this is where we could find ourselves being overly dramatic about where we are, our achievements, what we're accomplishing. This is where we could find ourselves feeling a bit overwhelmed if we don't feel like we are where we're supposed to be as far as titles and achievements, accomplishments, and different things like that. And Saturn energy deals with, say, authority. And Saturn is meant to teach us how to be an authority over ourselves. But of course, in the beginning, it takes a long time for us to realize that, because we're looking at Saturn as this restrictive energy that wants to ruin our lives. And Saturn imitates or reflects the people that raise us in the structures that were presented to us or played a part in guiding us to where we are. But then once we're old enough to take the wheel, that's where we redefine Saturn's presence. So Saturn, reflecting that structure and system and time, is positively aspecting the moon in Sag. So this is where we'll find ourselves being productive with our escape. This is where we'll find ourselves watching or reading things that will add value to us, reading things that will liberate us, or entertaining things that will liberate us, I should say. So when it comes to the card having to do with the day, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the upright position. And the Seven of Pentacles brings me to the thought of trying to figure out, like, creating balance, organizing things. So the Pentacles could be your money, you figuring out what you're going to spend on what, and how you could properly manage your finances. That could be something that's coming to mind. And with the day having to do with the number 4 energy, the number 4 is all about structure and structuring and organizing one's finances. But that our energy could also be you organizing your home, you doing laundry, you doing some cleaning, because Pentacles does deal with finances, but to me, it's anything that's tangible, anything that has value, that means something to us. So you could find yourself organizing your space and figuring out how to make things more balanced, how to make things work. Some could find themselves actually doing the work, and others could find themselves reflecting on how to make things more comfortable, how to make things more organized. But a lot of reflective energy goes towards the things that you value, the things that mean something to you. And from this reflective energy and wanting to organize things, this is where we find ourselves go on social media and we're researching different things. And then before we know it, we're off somewhere, consuming some stuff that has nothing to do with what set us on the path in the first place. So the spirit animal card associated with the day is the owl. And the owl energy to me is so fitting, having to do with the Seven of Pentacles in the upright position, because the owl energy talks about introspection. It talks about going within, and it talks about seeing things, say, from a bird's eye view, because owls are birds and they fly high, but then it also deals with, say, mental energy. So this is where we step out of our situation and detach completely and see it through new eyes. This is like seeing something through the dark. And also, say, for you, what does the owl energy mean to you? Maybe you can add something different from what I'm saying, because you guys be putting me on with these spirit animal cards and just sharing different perspectives and things that I never saw that way or thought of, and it just adds to my bags of goodies. When it comes to the energy on this day, I feel like Jupiter is going to amplify this introspective, reflective energy, because the sun is also being squared. So the sun and moon is being squared. So this is where our inner world and who we identify as feels restricted. And the sun recently entered into Capricorn. So to me, Capricorn and Sagittarius, sun in Capricorn, moon in Sag, deals with titles. So this is where we could really be questioning where we are in life, what we've achieved, and just wonder if it's enough, if we're enough. And Jupiter energy will amplify this today. And yeah, Jupiter energy will amplify this today. So try not to be too hard on yourself. Even though Jupiter energy is an optimistic energy, I feel with this day, we can find ourselves going within more, whether we're going within and escaping within ourselves, but escaping from ourselves, I should say, because the moon is in Sag. And Sag's arrow is pointing away from oneself. So with the moon in Sag, the arrow is pointing away from emotion. So this is where we don't want to feel those emotions. They feel overwhelming. So instead, we want to go find logic to make things make sense. And sometimes we just need to sit still. We need to just be still. And sometimes being still is hard, and it's natural that we will escape. So this is where I say, if you know you will escape, at least find healthy options so your escapes aren't so destructive, until you have the strength to sit in your situation and see it for what it is, or do better when it comes to that situation. You guys, Such a pleasure sharing this with you. If you would like to book a natal chart or tarot card reading, the link is in the description box below. If you'd like to check out the exclusive content or support the channel by becoming a member on Patreon, that link is also in the description box below. If you're still here with me, I'd love to hear about it. Please let me know by dropping me a green heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.